Good day everyone. In today's tutorial we are going to learn how to cut off shoulder bustier with Peplum. So if you like this video, please like, please share with your friends and subscribe. Thank you. So my fabric is on fold. Our body part is divided into 4 while cutting. So now I folded my fabric into 2, but because I want to cut the peplum first, I'll fold it into 4. So this is how I'm going to go about it. Just look at it. It's not, I want to cut 360-degree peplum, so I'll go this way. Ensure that there is no folding inside. After folding this way, let me show you the measurement I'll be using for the tutorial. I'll be using, but the bust I'm going to use is 42. That's the total circumference of the bust. The under bust 38, and the half length, that's 40. The blouse length is 25. The nipple to nipple is 7.5, and from shoulder to nipple point is 11. To under bust is 14.5, and shoulder to half length is 17 inches. So now I folded my fabric into 4. I want to cut the peplum and the length of the blouse. Please note I'm not, so I'll measure from half length. The blouse length is 25, so 25 minus 17, that is 25 the blouse length minus 17 the half length. 25 minus 17 is going to give us 8 inches. So which means my peplum is going to be 8 inches plus sewing allowance to give me 9. I'll use half to turn it with my lining, then half to join it with the bustier. So now I'll chalk 9. This is 9 inches. Then I'll measure this 9. I'll go around with this 9 to it for the zipper allowance at the back. So this is 6.8. I'll go around with that 6.8. Then I will measure again. So now it is 42.5, which is still okay for what I need. So after getting that, I will now do likewise for the down part. So what I measured here is 16, then I'll go round with that 16 again. So I'm good to go. I'll cut it out. So this is the outcome after cutting it. So I folded my fabric into 4. Like I said, our body part is divided into 4. So that 40, I divided it by 4. You know, I added 2 inches. So I divided 42 by 4, making 10.5. So now this is 10.5. The circumference of the head is 10.5. We are done cutting our peplum, and if it is, like I do say, if it's not giving you full circle like this, it is not 360-degree peplum. I folded my fabric into 2 for the front part. So since it's going to be off shoulder, I will remove 3 from my shoulder to my nipple point. I will remove 3. So that's going to give me, the nipple point I'm using is 11. So 11 inches. Don't forget I've removed 3. Then the under bust is 14.5. The half length is 17. Then plus my joining allowance, that's half inch. So I'll rule everything out. So after ruling everything out, the next thing to do is to measure the shoulder of my client, which is 17 inches. 17 divided by 4, 17 divided by 2 will give me 8.5. So I will chalk out 8.5. I will come down, since I've removed 3 inches up. So, and I said from our shoulder to where we are going to connect the side of the bust is going to be 4.5. So, since I've removed 3 inches, I'll just chalk the remaining 1.5. If you watch my previous video, you will understand better what I mean by 4.5. So then the next thing is I'll measure my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 7.5 divided into 2, that's 3.75. I've chalked it out. So I'll come out with half inch, like so. This is half inch. Then from my under bust, I will slant it to come and meet this 1.5. Then I will come out again. After my nipple to nipple, I will measure 2 inches. 2 inches after the nipple to nipple on my half length. I measure 2 inches. Then rule it. This one too is still going to be 2 inches. Please, I'm measuring it from my nipple to nipple, not from the half length. I'm not from the half inch. So now, I will now come out. I will make a curve shape from my under bust, just like the shape of our breast. A curve shape like so. Then from this my 1.5, I'll measure 3 inches. So then I'll connect this curve shape to the 3 inches. Then I will measure my half length measurement. The half length for my client is 40, so which is going to give me 10. I'll just rule it up. Don't worry, there is still allowance. This will serve as our allowance. So then I'll give it armhole shape. So I'm still going to shape it with the back, but I'm going to give it now. I said I subtracted 3. I removed 3 from the upper part for the off shoulder. So now I'm using 7. I'm determining my shoulder, my armhole on 7. So I'll just puff it out like so. Don't worry, by the time we link it together, the armhole, by the time we stitch it together, the armhole will show very well. So I'm going to cut. So I'm done cutting it. This is the outcome. So the next thing I'll do now is to notch the under bust. The reason why I'm notching it is because if I'm going to sew it, it must align the 2 under bust. For the middle part and the side, it must align. If it doesn't align, I'm not going to get a proper bustier shape that I need. So it's going to be like so. Sew it around. So now I'm done cutting the front, but before I do the neckline, I'll cut the back. Now for the back side, I folded my fabric into 2, like so. Then I'll measure my half length. But before I do that, I will subtract 3 at the upper part since it's going to be off shoulder. Then I'll measure my half length. The half length is 17 inches. Then plus the sewing allowance that we use to join it to the peplum, that's half inch. Then I'll rule it out. After that, I will measure 2 inches for my zip allowance. Then I'll connect it together too. Then I'll measure my, after the 2 inches, I'll measure my shoulder. The shoulder is 17 inches. So 17 inches will be divided into 2. That's 8.5. And I'll measure here. You know, I've removed 3 inches. But for the shoulder, for where the back side, the back and the middle part of the back will join, it will be 4.5 like I did for the front. But because it is off shoulder, I will remove 3, then it's going to remain 1.5. Then I'll come down to my half length and measure my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 7.5 divided by 2. That's 3.75 plus half inch. Then I'll connect it. After that, I'll measure another 2 inches here. After the 4.25, I'll measure another 2 inches. Then I'll come up to where my 1.5 inch is. I'll measure half. So I will chalk it out. So I'll measure my half length, which is 10. I mean the total circumference of the half length. That's 40 divided by 4. So that's 10. Then I'll just roll it. Then I'll give this one armhole shape. That is, I'll measure my 3. The 3 I'm removing for the off shoulder. Then to where I'm going to determine my armhole. That's on 7. So I'll just give it armhole shape like so. Then I'll cut it out and do the joining. Now I'm done joining the 2, both front and back. I'll place them on each other like so. Then I will make a ball. I'll just use my pieces to make balls so that it will help me raise the first point up. Then I'll cut this excess here on the shoulder. So on my on the upper bust, I'll measure my bust point, the total circumference of my bust, which is 42. 42 divided by 4 is going to give me, because now you can see it's in 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Folded it, it's now in 4 pieces. So 42 will be 10.5 plus my sewing allowance, which is 2 inches. Then I'll measure for my half length as well. The half length is 40, which is divided by 4 will give me 10. Then plus 2 inches sewing allowance. So I will cut this excess out. Then for my armhole, I'll remove the 3 as well. This place must align. There's still excess. 3 inches up. Then the 7 inches on which I'm going to determine my armhole. Then for my neckline, I'll make it 5 inches. 5 inches. Then another 1 inch here. So I'll still need to trim off this side because it's off shoulder. Then the 5 inch for my neckline, I want it to come down by 6 inches. So I've removed the 3. Then this is my 6 inch. After joining it, this is the off shoulder you can see. So if I'm going to do the sleeve, I'll join the sleeve from here to the back, and this is the bustier with the peplum. Thank you. Stay blessed.